gang? It's Murata Music with 3-piece TCG, big Pirates TCG, and 2D. I'm bringing you that wee sticky, icky Pluffy. That's right. They call me Jimmy Perp for a number of reasons, and today it's not just because my first name's James and my last name's Morado. It's because we're bringing that purple Luffy to that OP14, dog, and we're running a muck, okay? Let's get right into it, and then I'll let you know where you can find this amazing, obviously, amazingly textured, even designed card from K Design. Okay, gang. So you didn't read wrong in the thumbnail or anything. No promo, no problemo. I forgot the promo, didn't forget the win. We are back. I think that's the lamest. We're so back. That's the lamest thing I think people say. Anyways, that's just me. That's just me. I don't want to yuck anybody's yum. We are, but we are so back. Okay. Purple Luffy hooping, dog. This is the list. This ain't the list. What are you doing here? What are you doing here? Stand by. Sorry about that. I had to treat Kamazo like the seal from Finding Dory. Off. But yeah, so I was originally, this is the list I got for you guys, okay? Now I'm about to do some numbers, and then all the games, with like the exception of like maybe one or two, are all just like back to back. Like I just was able to get matches back to back. I was happy about that. But I was gonna throw something together, some little saucy britches, you know. I was thinking about the new Lin, right? Because those aren't the two reasons I was thinking. I was thinking because it's a 7 for 7 that ramps, it has counter, and heals you. What two reasons were you thinking about? Okay, but no, it's the ramp and it heals you, which I think is, you know, hey, remember this one, right? And the thing is that the Charlotte Lynn still has a great place in the meta. I'm sure, you know, you can't remove any bodies from the most problematic leader of all, but yeah, you can do it to everybody else. And I figured, you know what, the 7K body they got to deal with. If they ever want to swing into it, I get another one back. And then, of course, you know, I meant to bring in, no, I can't spell out promo, but I meant to put in my guy, right? I meant to put in my guy and get that going, right? Well, I was messing around here, you know, throw some Rayleigh in there too. Why not? You know what I mean? Swaley. And then I said, well, what if I just put all Straw Hat package, right? Brought back Luffy Taro, and then had the Goldie Roger. Well, I did all Straw with Magellan, of course, and then I forgot to take out the Luffy's for the Goldie Rogers. So I wound up just running this, and I never noticed, like I never realized until like well into it, that I was not playing this card. Like I just flat out completely forgot about it and was having too good of a time. Gang, sometimes in life in general, right? You know, the fads, they come back around and so on and so forth. And sometimes in TCGs are no different. Sometimes the meta goes so far one way that you're able to get away with or expose a gaping hole in it by doing something that's, you know, something that used to be very proficient, something that used to be really good, right? Now, the thing about Purple Luffy is that everybody wants this card gone, right? Everybody wants this card gone. It's the worst card printed. What? Get out of here, you know? Get out of here with that. The thing is that while everybody complains about this card, Purple Luffy the entire time was not. I think it may be. I don't even, maybe it won one or two events, but it would top here or there. It was never a dominating force. It wasn't the Emu that also had this card, so we got to get this card out of here. And this card is involved in a plethora of Straw Hat. Anybody who's Straw Hat and Purple runs this, and only UP Luffy tops. Only only Poopy UP Loopy wins. Nobody else does. So I'm sorry, but that destroys your argument to get rid of this card in the same way that you could argue to get rid of Gecko Moria, get rid of, you know, etc. You know what I'm saying? So anyhow, yeah, I said, you know what? Let's run a Straw Hat package. I did mean to put the promo in there, but we didn't. Let's run a Straw Hat package with the Magellan to throw people off curb, and let's hit them with that strength. The strength. All right. We got a searcher that searches everything. Let's give him that strength. All right. We got 12 2Ks, 4, 8, 11 and 14 non-counter cards. Everybody else gives me counter. Okay, got a little bit of cycle there. Got search top 5, search top 5. Gonna grab when we get 8 cards. You know what I'm saying? Divine departure to punish anybody turning sideways. That would be, you know, a bit problematic for us to deal with the old-fashioned way. And then, you know, to mitigate 14 bricks. Did I say 14? Yeah, it ain't much. 14 ain't much. And then of course Gum Gum Giant. Gang, this was a lot of fun. And I'm very happy to be making my first purple Luffy Ploofy video that I've made in it's been a very long time since we've made a purple Luffy video. And I'm very happy to bring it back from the fray or enter the fray. I don't know. I'm trying to use Riftbound terms because we're getting into that as well. But yeah, I'm very happy to bring it back in, okay? And take it out for a spin and just see how many we win. Bars. All right, gang. And if we're going to get any smashes, but if you are getting joy and or knowledge from the channel, do consider joining. Come on down, be smashing the finger popping, putting on that pressure, or big city hooping for the whole shebang gang. All right. And I know you've been wondering, there it is. That's like it's deja vu. There, look at that texture. Look at that texture. 3-piece TCG gets you 25% off your entire order. Follow the link in the description. And Screaming into Space gets you 25% off your entire... Screaming into Space is where all the music came from. 3-piece TCG gets you 25% off your entire order. This one is also just crazy to me. This is crazy. I'm glad they released this one. Look at that. Come on, man. Talk to me about nobody else's cards. Get out of here. Anyways, let's get on to the smashes, shall we? All right, gang. So we're going up against a BB Theory. Okay. Now, what's our game plan? Well, our game plan is to rush down, go wide, all outside, and just beat them up, dude. Big city development, and then put on that pressure. That's what we're here to do. Okay. Now, who went first? Did they choose to go first? Sorry. They chose to go second. So we're going first, and we're A-okay with that. We're A-okay with that. We're going to go ahead and get rid of that. That's going to keep giving them cards. We're going to search out a Luffy Taro, and see you tomorrow. All right. We're going to be going to 6 Dawn next turn, which means we've got Luffy Taro on curb. And yeah, I mean, with the addition of Nami and Zoro Joro, I mean, well, Zoro Joro's been there, but with the addition of the new Nami, this has been a very consistent searching deck, you know? Now, I'm going to go ahead and take a life, and I'm going to get another one. Oh, yeah. Now, I will say this. This is a mistake I always make in Sim, and I'm saying I'll work on it, but I never do. And that is, stop developing before you swing. If you're going to swing, swing, and then develop. There's literally... no, only in Green Purple Luffy is there a benefit to developing before you swing. But anyhow, we're going to go ahead and protect that. We don't want that going anywhere. And what we're setting up for now, we got too many big city swings, dog. We are going to do this now because we don't have a Luffy Taro play, but we are going to throw them off curve, okay? Now, I believe they chose second because they were assuming they were going to get their big out immediately. They're going to have to wait another turn now. I'm going to go ahead and get that blocker out of the way. Because I don't want them hanging out with that blocker any longer than possible. Right now, we have complete, total control of the board, and I'm thinking about just doing it. Yeah, no, we're just swinging 8. That's fine. Because even if they want to block, it's going to cost 2. So they give me 2 2Ks. Okay, they're down to 4 cards and 2 life, and they're at 7 Dawn instead of 8. So they can. Homeboy, what's his name? They can Beckman, okay? And just simply get rid of Magellan or Zoro Joro, etc. They're looking to do that, though. We're really not wanting to let go of anything. It looks like one of the 4 cards in their hand was not Beckman. If we do that again, that's Dick Dastardly. I think we should Luffy Taro, fill the board, and swing, though. But I think we should go ahead and swing first. This is where I feel like I'm making my mistakes. We're gonna swing 6 into 5, and the thing about it is they just ain't got no cards. They ain't got no cards. There's no more cards left. Okay, we can swing another 6. We're gonna swing 5 there. Okay, they're gonna take a free block. Yeah, now we can, when you're attacking, give somebody minus power. I mean, yeah, just take it out of the board. There we go. I mean, one card is not going to make up for 6 swings at this point. At this juncture in the game, there isn't one single card that's going to do it. But boy, is that card close to it. And they're going to get rushed. Oh, I wouldn't have done that. I would have swung into that with Vivi and then thought about swinging something somewhere else with that card. But that's the tangled web they weave. Now we're gonna swing 7, draw another card. Okay, swing 7, see what they give me. Okay, they're going down to 0. Oh, well, what I should have done was Usohachi that chopper and then just swung everything. But we got it either way. We got it either way. Yeah, what I should have done was this and turn that sideways, and then that would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would have been 13 into 3 cards. This could take you to 9, and then 11 and 13. So we would have effectively mapped them out had we just turned that sideways and went for game. But anyways, okay, here we go. Like, okay, I was like, all right, that's a start. Let's keep moving. Now, surely the buck stops here, right? The buck stops here, surely. They chose to go first. We know that their Boa Hancock is a 9 Don play, right? We know that's a 9 Don play. Swinging 6, we're gonna give them 2K. We do know that they're gonna burn our life at some point here, whether it be because they block or when they drop that Boa. But we know that's a coming, okay? And we also know that we are taking our life to do that as well, right? To ramp. Now we got them on even curve when they wanted to be on odd curve. Hashtag not what they were expecting. We're going to go ahead and give that one up because we still have a Luffy Taro into Zoro Joro play. Yeah. We're going to swing 5 to 5, okay? 6 to 5. I dare you to get rid of Magellan, right? Okay, they take there. Now we're going to go wide, okay? I think we grab the giant here. We grab another Luffy Taro to go wide again. That lets you know where my head's at, dog. I'm just trying to get all wide and outside. Now they are stacking their life, which is never a good. That's never a good indicator for what's to come, right? That means buffoonery is right around the corner, and we're low. We're low. Like how low can you go low? Okay. Yikes. We have to take this one too. We get a free search. Give me the Sangor. No, 2K. Yeah, give me 2K. Give him Onami. Yeah, there we go. Now. Here's the thing. We just exploded on the board, right? We just exploded on the board, and we can swing. So now we're going to get 4 swings off, okay? They only got 5 cards left in hand after the first one, okay? We're requiring 2Ks. All right. They're going to play that for free. It makes me feel like I could have put a little bit more mustard on those, but, you know, it is what it is. We can go ahead and swing 8, see if they're going to give me... Okay. Maybe we should have... Anyways, we're going to play that out. There we go. Leaving one up for a Gum Gum Giant that we don't find. That's okay. We got 2, 4, 6, 7K encounter. 7K encounter with 1 life. It's not the most, but at least they're not full dawn. You know, they're not full dawned out on me. Now, for there, we definitely do not want to take this first hit under any circumstances because then they just, you know, mollywop us with the next one. We got to give them this one as well. Okay. Now, I mean, they're still 2 swings away. They're 2 swings away from beating us, in my opinion. Because they can swing 7 and 8, and then we're done. Unless this is a Gum Gum Giant. Now, if this is a Gum Gum Giant, we win. Hate me. If they swing into to board, then we're in their head. Yeah, well, God bless, we're in their head. Yeah, no, that's hashtag not gonna happen. Oh yeah, take it. Take them all away. Take them. We're gonna hold. We're gonna hold and act like we had the giant. That's funny. That's funny. I'm hilarious. Okay, skating by the skin of our teeth. What could have also been well in that last one was to hold on to that Nami, and develop a blocker and a Zoro Joro. Or maybe we only had 7 though, but develop that Nami, find some things. You know, we could have done different things. But right here, what's going to happen is I'm going to swing. I swing 6. I'm holding on to the 9 just in case. And then I say, you know what? I'm going to just go ahead and attach all dawn, go for game. And that's it. A bit of a misplay on our opponent's end. The thing is that And this is, I'm showing this, you know, everything's always education. You know, we're not trying to like style on nobody or anything. You know, my PP works. I don't need to get any. I don't need it any bigger. I don't need any points. Right here, what happens is, and you got 2 more swings, right? Now, you've got 6 cards in your hand. You got 1 life. I understand getting rid of the board so that you only have, you know, maybe 3 swings to deal with, right? 4 swings to deal with, but that's still 4 swings to deal with. That's still 4 swings to deal with versus you got 2 cards in your opponent's hand, and you got 2 swings. Now, I understand that we got in their head because they're like, oh, I swing 7, they take. I swing 8, they gum giant, and that's the game. So that is the power of that card. That is the power of leaving 1 up. That's the power of the mental games that we play into. So I understand why they did what they did. But you know what? If you, once again, if you can't take the clap back, give them the clap. Oh, hang on. Let's get out of here. All right, gang. So we're talking the talk, but can we croc the croc? All right. That's going to be the next name of the video. Oh, yeah. They selected turn order. We chose to go second. Okay, so yeah, we want to take that second curve away from them. We don't want them dropping their Crocs on turn. We don't know that we're gonna get Magellan, you know, on curve, so it's just something to do, right? It's just something to be wary of. But we do get Magellan in our opening hand, and it kind of makes me wonder: should I, could I, would I be better off playing Sangoro over the Magellan? You know what I mean? Because check this out. I've got one of the pieces there already. Okay. If I can draw into a Luffy Taro, which I know, we're talking about if I can, but if I were to, then that means we would immediately play Luffy Taro into Zoro Joro, and we'd be big city hooping. We'd be good. I'd really like that. So much so that I might have been willing to take a card just to help me out with that. Now, we're definitely going to be protecting our Sangoro. Do we want to do it with a Sanji? I guess so. We unfortunately do not see Luffy Taro. We're going to... Oh, please swing first. Swing with the Sangoro. Oh, no. Okay, well, we weren't going to see it anyways. We grab a big boot scoot Luffy, okay? Now, we're still at 9 or 8. So, Sangoro is going to draw me that Luffy Taro we needed. But I don't have any bad... I'm not worried about it. I'm not feeling bad about it anyway because we searched the top 5 cards and it wasn't even there. So we're sitting pretty though. We got 2 giants, Divine Departure. We got a couple of 2Ks. We got another search in hand. If we could find another Sangoro or Zorojoro, we'd be big city hooping. All right. Now they're playing their Luffy Taro on their. Actually, they're playing their Gek all Sunday. They're playing their Gek all Sunday on the other side. Fortunately for us, they don't have the blocker in trash. They're going to trash that card, trash 2 cards from deck, and they're still going to get it out somehow. Oh, because of Homeboy, yeah. Okay. So, there we go. We took that hit. We're going to give up that one. We're at 10 Dawn, so we can search out something to play with our Luffy Taro. However, let's swing first and see what happens. There we go. All right. I want you guys to look that I have 11 cards in my hand right now, thanks to that Sangoro, okay? I'm thinking about swinging 6, and then maybe swinging 7 or another 6 and leaving 2 Dawn open for those 2 Gum Giants. That's what I'm thinking about. Yeah, let's just go ahead and just keep trucking along, okay? They're finally able to play their Homeboy, their Croc, right? And let's see how it works out for them, okay? If they don't play Croc on curve, that's going to be nuts. That's going to be nuts in butts, okay? Because what you can't tell me is that our Pluffy is more consistent than their Croc right now. Because that's going to hurt for him. Okay, Croc is played as soon as humanly possible. Big guy can't attack. Sangoro can't attack. Nobody can attack. Nobody can have fun. That's fine with us. We are at 9 flat. Okay, we're at 9 flat. I'm thinking about bringing out another Sangoro. I'm also thinking about searching. Ooh, that Zorojoro would offer a body plus a search. We do that. Okay, give me a 2K. Yeah, okay, we're doing good. We're doing really good right now. Really liking this. We've already used one Gum Giant, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to swing 6 and then a 7. And we're just focusing on face. Focusing on that face. Because it's a base race. All right, we've got 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 K encounter. Plus 2 Gum Gum Giants. Plus a Divine Departure. Okay. Now we get rid of the Sangoro. Okay. I guess just in case we want to do a searchy search. Here, I would like to give a 2 and a 1. We don't want to go down to, we don't want to, oh, we give up the Divine Departure. And that's fine, that's fine. We don't want to give anything up. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, let's get rid of the Nami, okay. And we get rid of that, okay. Get rid of the Sanji, save a Sanji. We can just give 2 2Ks here. And I think we're done. I think we're done getting swung on. They could have missed Sunday or missed Wednesday. And really made a good swing into one of those 6K bodies, but at the same time it probably just wasn't worth it. It wasn't a large enough target because they're already going to freeze them up anyways. However, they've got no blockers on the board. We've got 9 Dawn, and I kind of think like we've got to make it happen here. So I'm going to start by doing a little chip shot, seeing how many of these cards I can get. You ain't got a 2 and a 1. You're giving me that. That's a great indicator that we might be close to winning this. Oh, we might not be close to winning this. We might not. We can do 9 and 10. Okay, they don't have 9. Do they have 3 2Ks? They don't. 3 2Ks, they do not. And that is the game right there. So the little math we did there, we started off with a 7, right? And with that 7, they have 1 Dawn up. If they would have given me a 2 and a 1 and kept that 1 up, I would have felt a little bit worse about the next couple of attacks that we made, right? But what happens is you gave me a 9 to get out of a 7. So that lets me know you probably ain't got it like that, Jack. You probably ain't got it quite like that. When we swing that other 7, and then they gave us 3 1s. So I'm like, ah, crap. They did have it like that. They just, I don't know. They blundered, I guess. So I say I'm gonna swing 9 because we gotta get this life out of here. And then I'm gonna swing 11. And the chances of you having 2, 4, and 6 to get to 11 are pretty low. Pretty low. And if I was keeping track with the searches better, I would have probably known that they have this in here. Anyways, great game. Let's keep it moving. Bro, we are burning through the 7 Warlords of the Sea. Am I right? Like, canonically, this is going crazy. We're also going second. We're also choosing to go second a lot of times here, which, you know, is not canon for purple Luffy, for Pluffy, right? You want to go first, or you lose, right? But, hey, you know, I'm doing my thing here, gang. What can I tell you? We're going second. We're going to play out Sangoro over the Magellan. Okay, Sangoro over Magellan, because I have a good feeling that we run into Luffy Taro. Okay, at 8, we swing with Sangoro. Then we play out Luffy Taro, bring out another Sangoro. That's what I'm going for. Give up the Zoro. Oh, we're giving up that. Giving up a counter? I don't know about them apples, Jack. I don't know. Yeah, come on, man. Come on. That's... Oh, we got saved. We got saved. Okay, I was hashtag not happy, but I'm a little happier now. Yeah, but we gotta do a little bit better job than that. Now, am I gonna keep 1 Dawn active? Oh yeah, look at that. Somebody come look at this. If you can't get that 6K body off the board, next turn I am going to get 2 cards for free, and this is where they enter the bone zone, okay? Because we got that big city development about to put on some brush. Oh yeah. What do they got for me? Okay, Boa Hancock in the trash. We love to see it. We love to see it because it lets us know you gotta have 1 in your hand, and what is in your hand is a brick. Okay, and that's going to be very pivotal for us moving forward. We are at 7. Okay, we could giant or we could take. All right, what I really want to do, we're going to giant, we get rid of 1. I was going to say, the thing I wanted to do with the Magellans, if I have the Magellans, is we're at 7. We need to take. We need to take if we're going to get these swings. There we go. Okay. Anyways, what I was trying to say about the Magellans is that I love doing 2 Magellans in 1 turn and just completely resetting their Dawn. You know what I mean? Or making them lose a turn of Dawn. Now we got that 1C thick Perona in their trash. That's the one we don't want them to play because that freezes our Sanjis up. Something fierce. At this point, wow, we're really just trying to get them down to 0. Well, I mean, look, they've got 3 swings. We do have a Gum Gum Giant. They do have a blocker, so it didn't matter where we swung. But yeah, they've got 3 swings. We've got 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 K encounter, plus a Divine Departure, plus a Gum Gum Giant. So I'm feeling pretty good. And they also choose to develop instead of go for game. They also choose to swing into my board instead of go for game. So, all right, that's gonna be fine for me. That's gonna be a-okay. We can Divine Departure away the other Magellan, is what I'm saying. Yeah. Get rid of that other Magellan. We got another 6 into that. We can give them a 2 and a 1. Oh, yeah, this game's over. Give him Sanji. Yeah, game's over. Okay, so this was a poor swing right here. I remember this. I should have just swung the 5. That was poor on me. And they also have a Victoria Cindy that I do need to play around. I'm kind of forgetting about. Do the Usohachi into, yeah, all of this doesn't, none of this matters. None of this matters whatsoever. We just turn that sideways and that's the game. Yeah. But I mean, hey, yo, old school tactics. They're like, yo, this OP05 stuff, isn't this guy about to get banned? Not OP05, baby. Yeah, dude, like, you know, I'm saying, you get what I'm saying? Like, okay, let's keep it moving. All right, gang, now it's time for some Fishman Karate, okay? And I'm not gonna lie, this is the leader I'm worried about. Of everybody, this is the one I'm worried about. Who's your Dowdy? We're about to find out. I'm not Luffy. Uh-oh. Oh, God bless. Oh, because of their comment. Yeah, my bad, gang. I'm not Luffy. See, I'm Lucy the beard. Yeah, we wind up talking a bunch on this one. I'm sorry. I'll skip through that. But anyways, so drawing 1 Dawn. I forget who got to pick what, but they're going first. I'm going second. I grabbed Nami. I got my Luffy Taro into Sangoro on here, right? And we're having a grand old time. Not too much, but we will be throwing them off curb with that Magellan. Okay, come on, enough. Swinging 5, okay. We're down to 4 life, or excuse me, 3 life. We're gonna go ahead and ramp. We're gonna swing 5 into 3, get that out of there. Sangoro, okay. That means we're at 5. We're gonna take 1 more life. All right, we've got 2, 4. We had. All right, we take there. Give him a 2K, please. Yeah, give him that one. We ain't gonna rush. Well, yeah, I was gonna say we might rush with that Francinosuke. We're still gonna take a life so that we can go ahead and draw 1 more card with Sangoro. Now we're gonna swing 5. Now we're gonna Zoro that Gum Gum Giant. Okay. Now I say Onami and get rid of the 1 brick in our hand. Right? Yeah, we draw 2 more. Okay, so they play out Josu, and they bounce back the pudding, and they put back Sangoro in our hands, right? This is going to become problematic because I just got 8 cards in my hand again, and I could very well get puddinged again, okay? So it's our turn. We're feeling sauce. It's okay. Everything's good. We decide to search, grab another 2K. Don't know how I feel about that. I mean, grabbing a 2K is fine, but you know, don't know how I feel about building up my hands, continuing to search. I think we are going to swing 5, swing 6, and then develop Luffy Taro and Sangoro, and see about getting it on there. See about establishing that board that they can't overcome, and leaving 1 up for a Gum Gum Giant. Now we are ripe for the picking again if they want to putting us again. They don't. They don't. So we've got 8K, 9K, and counter, you know, just straight cards. And then we've also got a Gum Gum Giant event. You know what I mean? So we're feeling pretty good. They decide to develop. Definitely going to give them a 2K to save this one. And we could just give them another 2K and stay alive. Now they got 2 blockers on the board, but I'm not clocking that. I'm seeing the Shirahoshi as a blocker and completely forgetting Namul is a blocker as well. We're going to continue to draw cards thanks to the drawing engine that we have here. We're not giving them a 7K blocker in Josu. We're just going to keep swinging at the face. Okay, there goes one. Yeah, I was like, oh, that's a block. Oh, that's a blocker. Okay. Now they're at a dawn that would make my Magellan play just like not matter. So, it is what it is. And I think that we're thinking about whether we want to swing into that Josu or not. We decide to, and now we're gonna pass 4 Dawn active. Okay, 4 Dawn active, tough active to inactive. We're gonna get the value out of that Onami immediately. We're gonna give them that 1K, and now it's gonna come down to what do they want to do. This is kind of a real like pivotal turn for them, and yeah, it's looking like they want to go the 2-shot route. They're gonna bounce Sangoro back to my hand. If they could survive the clapback of us doing our thing, this might have this might say it's the end for us, right? And I do recognize that I've got to win on the clapback because I do not think I win if I go one more round with them. So I'm going to ferociously protect my Zoro Joro. Now, what I'm thinking in the back of my head right now is that they can put 9. They can make their Jinbe a 9K and then swing into Zoro Joro again, or even touch my other guy, right? So I'm thinking, well, if they do that, if they swing 9 into Luffy Taro, then I still have 2K to get past that. I'm also still rocking 3 Dawn up, so they probably feel like, it is what it is. All right. It is. I do believe it's GG's. Yeah, we're gonna be able to swing 9 at them. That's gonna cost you 3 cards. Then the 7 would get us automatically, and then there's nothing you could do to stop 2 attacks. And yeah, we would be able to get it from there. So let's see what happens here, right? Unless I'm missing something. Oh, we're talking to each other. Yeah, so they take that one, and then we're gonna swing 15, and that's gonna be game. But yeah, gang. This was a really good this was really good data for me because Jinbe is not a deck that has any trouble going wide and attacking and being pretty fast, right? And then their finishers are almost second to none. I mean, we're talking about 20K rush, bounce something back, potential Jinbe finisher. I mean, they're gonna bounce something back, but I mean that Jinbe character card can swing 20 at you, and sometimes even unblockable, right? So yeah, very interesting game. And I'm like, hey, does this Luffy got legs or what? Let's keep it moving. All right, gang. So we were having a great time, but surely the buck stops here. They chose to go first, and I don't blame them because they want to take first away from Purple Luffy. And Dracule Mihawk loves going first. I was actually going to come out with a video for Dracule Mihawk before this one. I had it all the matches ready. And then I discovered this, and I said, you know what? It's Freaky Friday. We gotta bring out my guy. But anyways, so they're gonna swing 7. We're gonna go ahead and take that first one. I think we should swing 5 first, and then develop a Sangoro. Yeah. So ramping to 5, in my opinion, developing that Sangoro. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's tough. Ramping to 5, developing the Sangoro, and being ready for that. This is what I'm talking about, baby. This is why we hot. This is what I'm talking about. That is the play. Now, there's no reason for me to take a life in this scenario because, yeah, wait. Oh, no. Oh, no, I still did it. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I was going to say there's no reason to take a life because you can't get the swing off of Sangoro anyways. I really do feel like I should have swung 5 and just did the thing and then had 3 life, played Luffy Taro, and the next turn, no matter what, I'm getting all those draw. I'm getting that card draw. Well, this time around, what's really looking good is we're going to get rid of that, right? We don't want to KO that Perona because that's just going to kill our buzz right there. So we're going to go ahead and draw 2 more cards. Okay, we're getting them to give us life, even though we're not adding any Dawn. I'm really wondering, okay, are we cooking something up here? It looks like we're cooking something up. Okay, that's what we're cooking. All right. Now, we've got a blocker established. We've got 3 6Ks and 8K. Excuse me, everybody's a 5K and a 7K. They're going to turn that sideways. We get no value out of the blocker. Thanks for playing. Here comes 8 to 5. We've got no Dawn up to counter. We really don't want to go down to 0. I think we're gonna need to give the 2Ks on this one. Oh my gosh. What are we thinking? Now we had to give them more. We win. What were they thinking? What's going on? Okay, hang on. So we were gonna go to, I think, about 10 Dawn. They've got 2, 3, 4. Then they had 5, 6, 7. Uh, anyways, I think what it was is that they just weren't confident in the clapback. We were going to be drawing more cards. That is true. We were going to be swinging 5s, not 6s. That is also true. But, I mean, we just had too much Dawn. We had too much of a clapback. So I get it. Oh, wait, they had another one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know, gang. I don't know about that. But they did not have the stomach for that grand finale. I don't want to sit here and spend too much time with this, but 2 would have been 7, then 7, then 7, then 7, then I would have had 8, 9, 10, 11. So I could have swung 7. It could have swung 4 7s. So 2 and a 1, that's 1. 2 and a 1, that's 1. 2, they would have had to take that one, and then they would have took there, and then 2 and a 1 would have given them another one, and then another 7. They would have been able to block that, yeah. And then yeah, okay, so we had it either way. Yeah, then the 11. That's even, I could have went 9 and 9 at the end too. So, anyways, let's keep moving. We just that's arguably one of the strongest out of them, right? Aside from what, Dofi? Oh, SpaghettiOs. All right, gang. When I tell you I was not trying to summon Dofi, I was literally just thinking, who's left? All right, who's left? Dofi's left. All right. Now, my expectations are in the deepest pit of hell for this matchup, just because it's Dofi, man. I do realize that, you know, what did we chose? They chose to go first. Okay, cool. I do realize that I might have had a bit of a misjudgment on Dofi. Initially, I thought they were broken. I thought they were going to be the best thing since sliced bread. I played around with them. Didn't think they were going to be so broken. And it turns out I was initially right all the time. If you put all your money on red and black, you do break even at the end. And that's essentially what we did. But yeah, so here we are, gang. I'm going to summon some Sangoro. I'm not too worried about their ability to remove units off the board. And I am breaking my rule here, where if they haven't used their ability and they have something like a Dellinger, I'm not going to actually land anything. I'm not going to get any counter from them, right? There's no point in swinging except for giving them a free search, giving them an extra card. So that's what I'm like, crap. I need to do better. I need to do better, frankly. They've got their Doflamingo out there, and I'm already reeling. I'm already like, okay, here we go. Here comes the buffoonery. I'm going to get rid of the sugar, see what they do for that. The baby on board, I like that. The baby on board it's not the one that heals them, so we're fine with that. But the thing is we do have more than, you know, X amount of swings, right? We do have more than one swing, and we are incentivized to swing here, even though, you know, they could have just used their ability. They don't want to use their ability in this sense because they would actually lose Dawn. We got to develop our Luffy Taro, Sangoro. Gang, these have all been very canonically pleasing matches so far. So we're looking to see what's going on here. They get the Virgo out there. We definitely don't want to see Virgo out there. But the thing is we're so far ahead of the curve, right? To the point that we're going to be able to do 4 swings before they even get to do anything with their Dofi. I think what it is that this purple Luffy ramps just a little too gosh darn fast for this meta right now. Nobody is ready for this kind of ramp. Now we're going to go ahead and we're worried about the clapback, it looks like, because of, you know, what they have on the board, right? We only got one. Yeah. Well, anyways, we only got 1 life. And so we definitely want to make sure we clean up the board as best we can before we start to swing at their life and develop, etc. Yeah, that's a good play. Get rid of one of the, yeah, that's a really good play. Get rid of that. Play that out. We still got one up. We grab another Gum Gum Giant. Or is that our first? Dang, that's our first Gum Gum Giant. That's tough. But, I mean, look at the development. Look at that. Brush. Oh, yeah. So they got 2 swings that we definitely got to worry about. But we're going to have 5 swings coming right back at them. Now, I do expect to get some value out of this Mami Onami. Oh, Mami Nami. Because, you know, they're going to swing with something, and there's really no point in keeping them up so that I can't play something. I'm going to play over that Nami anyways, essentially, is what's going to happen. I don't mind giving them. Do I have a 2K? I don't know about giving them 2 cards, dog. I don't know. Maybe giving them 2 cards now, and then when they do something with that Doflamingo, oh, you're counting your chickens before they hatch, big dog. Yeah, you can't do that because you need to get rid of the card you're swinging at. Because see, now you're gonna do that, and then I can just give you. I can do that, and then on your next swing, I can give you the Onami. Yeah, boy, we done seen all of our Namis, all of our Nami searchers. So now when if they want to get fresh and swing, you know, whatever into it, that's fine by me. I'm just going to turn Onami sideways, and then I'm going to go ahead and just play possibly a big, or even if I played another Zoro, that would probably be the safest bet, because judging by my hand, I got all my bricks there and everything like that. We wind up not even using the Nami. God bless, that's crazy. They don't even swing. They don't even swing. How you like them apples? Anyways, we're swinging 7 into the face. We're going to draw another card. We draw another 2K. That's nuts, right? Okay. Gang, we're hanging and banging right now. And this is Doflamingo. This is everybody's weakness. Too many swings, okay? There's nobody in the game as of right now that is like, oh, 1 or 2 big swings. Yeah, that's my weakness. What I'm good against, though, is a bunch of 7Ks. Nobody's taking a bunch of 7K swings. Nope. That's why Emu's so tough. Matter of fact, this is this is that purple Luffy Emu. I was talking with a subscriber in the chat about that. You know what I mean? About how we could. They said I dropped a nuke bomb, a truth bomb, a truth nuke. Yeah. And because I was saying how I just could not get my male reproductive organ hard to play for Emu, but I did answer in that comments. Now, if Emu was like a Frankie deck and he put together the whole Straw Hat crew, and Bond Clay had an event that brought everybody back, yeah, I'd be all over that. You know what I mean? Well, this is kind of that deck. This is kind of reminding me just exactly of what Emu's trying to do, but we're running it up. You know what I mean? Like, we're doing it the old-fashioned way, you know, because of the ramp, etc. Now, here I am again, this time 2-Don active. We do got a Gum Gum Giant. I wonder how many cards I got left in my deck at this point, frankly. We've got all the cards. This is what Dofi is not used to seeing, gang. Dofi is not used to sitting across from a leader that's going to have more of a board and more cards in hand. We got 12 cards in hand. We've got 12 cards in hand. Right now, I'm adjusting it because I'm very concerned that I might click a Divine Departure or a Gum Gum Giant by accident on the sim, you know, fat thumb it, etc., and then be messed up. But look at that. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9K encounter. Not including what we have out there. I think I need to give Onami up right now. I think that is just, yeah, that is perfect value for Onami. And they concede. They concede. Why? You got 1, 2, 3K encounter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You could play this and this. Why don't they want to play anymore? Because you ain't got no more abilities or no more events, right? You're not gonna 2-shot me. You're not gonna 3-shot me. And I had a 2K and is this hey? Not to B-job myself, okay? Toot my own horn. Not to blow my own horn. But did we build this or did we build this? Oh, yeah, we built this. Now, one thing you're not seeing too much of is this Big Boot Scoot Loof right now. I don't think I've played Big Boot Scoot Loof once, actually. So, regardless of whether this transforms into a, como se dice, a let's play Roger for 10, right? Because I'm also not at 10 Dawn either. Yeah, I'm not at 10 Dawn either. They are, so that would be more relevant by the time they hit 10 Dawn. But that means that these could also be counters. These could be, maybe these could be the two big reason Lin-Lins, right? And then I would at least have, you know, 3 1Ks. I would have had 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12K encounter. Yikes. And this would have been a body that if they swing into, of course, you know, I could, whatchamacall. But anyways, yeah. Hey, that's Dofi. I'm just saying, let's see what else we got. Okay, bear with me, gang. I noticed that I'd mentioned Emu, and then I looked at the next match, and the next match was Emu. And I was like, oh crap, I'm about to play Emu? What about Law? I don't think I played Law yet. And I am playing Law. I did play Law. I thought I completely missed them. Anyhow, so we choose to go against Law here. Mike is recording, thank God. We choose to go first. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and swing 5. Now, we just don't want them having their curve, right? Now, sure, we can Magellan. We can go second and Magellan their curve. But Magellan is not searchable. Magellan is not something that we can depend on. Magellan is a situational play that we still run 4 of because we would like to see on curve. If you want to see something on curve, especially before 10 Dawn, you got to run 4 of it. So that's what we're doing. But anyhow, let's keep moving. Okay. Now, typically, they'd like to have a bit of a faster start than this. Well, no, a lot of people don't run the way I'm running. You know, me, 3-piece CCG over here, we run the Zoro Joro so that we can swing 3 5s the first opportunity we get. Here, we're going to go ahead and turn this sideways, right? Now, we're going to swing 6 into 2, and we're going to swing 7 into 5. Now, this is one of the first games where you're seeing Sanji played, right? And Sanji actually getting us some good, really good value. Sanji's a great card, and I'm valuing it at 4. You know what I mean? It's my other play in case I don't see Luffy Taro. But in this scenario, they're more or less very valuable into turning cards sideways and getting them out of here. Now, we're going to swing 5 into 5. We're going to continue cleaning up their mess that they make on the board as much as we can before we go to live. Here, we're going to go ahead and -1, get some Sangoro out there. Next turn, first off, we got 3 Giants and a Divine Departure online, okay? Big City Hoop. If they knew, they'd probably Big City Scoop. Shout out I Scoop. We are looking at what, okay, this is just not. Right now, what is that? Is that 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Yes, 7 Dawn, you're supposed to see that Zoro. We see our... They don't see their Zoro, we see our 4th Giant, okay? It's that kind of game, folks. We're going to go ahead and swing there first. We got 9 Dawn open, but we cannot afford to play Big Boot Scoot Loof. And that's kind of been the thing. That's kind of been the running theme, even, in these matches. So maybe, yeah, maybe just going straight to Cat would have been the answer, right? We get rid of our Big Boot Scoot Luffy. We get another one right back, okay? You can't get rid of that Luffy. That's a Hydra right there. Like, that Luffy's been in our hand every daggum game now. It really has been. Now, and even still right here, it's like if I had the promo, would I play it or would I just go for game at this point? I mean, somebody come look at this, you know? I know that they gotta have a big card at this point, right? We're gonna get the blocker value. Here comes their Zoro right on time. I mean, at this point, we just take, oh, well, we're ready for that anyways. Yeah. And that's that. GGs are exchanged. And they had 2 3K encounter. So they did have their big. They chose to play that and that instead. And I get it. They got 6. They got a 5, 6, and then 2 8s versus a 5 and 2 10s. You know what I mean? We had the math for everything. Not only did we have that, but we also had, you know, a blocker on board, right? So, I mean, like, it just wasn't going to matter. But now, spoiler alert, let's get into Emu, dog. All right, gang. It's time for the boogeyman themselves, okay? King of the world versus the future king of the pirates, all right? Now, they chose to go second, okay? Hashtag no excuses, all right? With us, hey, we can get down too, man. Look at us, Boogie. We're ready to roll. Now, what we want to do, what everybody wants to do against Emu, all right? We need to get them down to the ground. Are they already? Oh, because they're 4 life leader. Anyways, we already got them to take that first hit. That's fine. I mean, you know, a lot of people would have defended, but they didn't. That's fine. They searched out, never existed. You got to do that. I approve these messages. Now, I'm going to swing 5 there because we get no value without it, right? I'm going to swing another 5, ask for another card, and they take questionable. We are going to do the Sangoro. Now, I'm Luffy Taro into Sangoro. If they don't have their Marcus, Sangoro lives, and we put on that pressure like no other. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Okay, you know what is the case? I got 4 life. I'm seeing a world where, oh, I was going to play Big Boot Scoot Loof. I'm still thinking about it. I'm going to swing 5. Because here's the thing. We're swinging 5 or swinging 8. Okay, we get out of that. Just drop the big body. Yeah, just drop the big body. Just drop the big body, and now they got to deal with it. Okay? You got to understand that they are now at 8 Dawn. Okay? We've already got an 8K and a 10K established. They got 1 life. We got 3 life. They're swinging 5 there. Nobody gets minus. I guess they don't have enough cards in the trash. I don't know. We're giving up. Okay, we're staying a little bit healthy. But what's going to happen here is either A, I'm going to run... Oh, never mind. I was going to run Sanji, turn that sideways, and go for game. Instead, I'm going to throw them off and delay their game by 1 turn. That's a turn too many. That's a turn too many. Somebody stop the fight. Oh, yeah. So what was going to happen is if I didn't have Magellan, I was going to go ahead and run Sanji. Sanji was going to turn this sideways. And were we at 10? We were at 10. So Sanji was going to run this sideways. Okay. Then we've got 3 Dawn to work with. Okay. We got 1K, 1 Dawn, whatever. And so I would have the choice to swing 7 with leader and still leave 1 up. And actually, yeah, 7 with leader, leave 1 up for giant. 7 here, 8 here, and 10 there. All of which would not be blockable by homeboy, right? So 7 would cost, that'd be an event. Well, actually, we can look. We can check that out. So 7 would be an event. That would be an event. And then they do still have another event, actually. Wow. So 7 would have got blocked. That would have got blocked. That would have got blocked. And then that would have hit. Wow. And then they would have played 5 elders. And we might have been in a tad bit of trouble. But if they didn't quit, then we could have also decided to swing here, get rid of that, and then swing here, and then they would have either given me a block or given me all their events or something. But what would have happened next round is what? Nothing. Because we are going to get rid of that because we can't go for game, right? We're going to go ahead and get rid of that. And then they're going to play this. That's going to get plus 2K. We still got 2 life. Yeah, they just weren't going to be able to hang around for another round of this kind of buffoonery because at the end of the day, they're not going to get rid of Magellan. That's not going to happen, or they're really set behind. We got Luffy Taro. We got the 10K. We get rid of that. That would be our mission right there. Anyways, let's keep it moving. Gang, I know I'm giving you guys a girthy one, but you know what I'm saying? It's been a while since we played some Purple Luffy. What can I say? I lost myself, all right? Now, I had another Ace one to play that I played right after. Once I played Emu, I'm like, I'm gonna go play Ace, right? But I was a little too in their head. You know what I mean? I'm talking about I swung 5 to their 6 and they gave me a card. You know, so it's like I don't want to show that one. Those are too many lessons to learn for that one. But here we're going up against a Bonney who chooses to go first because everybody chooses to believe that we cannot go second. That's A-OK. That's A-O 3-piece K with me, baby. We could counter out. Yeah, we know what we're gonna do next turn, right? We know what we're gonna do. We're gonna do that. We're gonna swing 5. We're gonna develop Magellan. We're gonna throw them off curb, right? So now they can't do what they want to do. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So now they're on even curb. To me, a big city mistake that they did that right there, right? Because now there's no Dawn to turn right side up for your Bonney. I'm gonna go ahead and swing 6 just to see what you do. And in all realism, I should have developed this time. The one time I don't develop first, right? I should have done that, swung into there, and then did that. Now they got to give me cards. Now they got to give me cards. Ooh, they got the Perona. I like that Perona tech. And Bonnie's always going to be a trapper keeper for all the buffoonery. I mean, look at this. Now they're freezing my cards, of course. You know what I mean? Just swing 6 there. Am I at 8? Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. Let's go ahead and go for it. Because that means they're at 8. Now, the big deal with them being on even curve is that they cannot simply just drop Shanks and get rid of my 10 drop Luffy. Okay, they got to get a lot more creative than that. They're going to reveal that PRBO2 Bonney. Okay, so they get the Bonney blocker back again. They're going to swing 2 there. We're not going to 0. We're not going to 0. We've got 8K encounter. We've got 2 Gum Gum Giants. We've got 2 frozen cards. It's so annoying. Got to swing the 10. They're going to get rid of our 5. They're going to let us take that. Okay. I think it's Sanji time one more again. Yeah. Now, we can just turn them sideways. We're going to swing 9 into 5. Okay. We want all the cards. We're doing that because we're feeling comfy wumpy about having 8K encounter and a Gum Gum Giant. We got 2, but we'll be able to play a Gum Gum Giant. Now, the fact that they took that, I think they're getting a little hubris. A little humorous with their hubris. Now I feel like I got to go ahead and give them Sanji just in case they double blocker. I can double Usohachi. Another one. Okay. They're seeing a whole bushel of carrots. Man, I take. Because I'm like, I'm not going to see nothing back anyways. We're going to go ahead and turn that sideways. I'm going to give them all I got. And guess what they don't got? 17. Guess what they did have? GG's exchange? I think they were. I'm going to go ahead and say they were exchanging this one. I think GG's were exchanged. Anyhow, yeah, they had Shanks right there on the money, baby. 1 and then 2, 3. So they had 3K encounter. This game was not preservable by them. But, yeah, I mean, that Magellan, baby. Magellan throwing them way the cuss off, okay? Now, this is that one game. Actually, now second game out of God knows how many, where our big boot scoot Luffy was absolutely impactful. Absolutely impactful. Okay, absolutely, positively impactful. Matter of fact, I would say that was the more pivotal play because once I was able to get that out and then Magellan the next turn so that they couldn't get rid of it. Actually, I had Magellan the first and then played that out. Magellan the first time Magellan turn 2 and then set the stage so that I can play my Luffy safely because this was not going to save them or they would have played it. This was not going to do anything at this point. And yeah, we put them in a place where all they could do was wall up and hope for the best, right? Even if they played Homeboy here, it wouldn't have done it. If they played Homeboy here, that wouldn't have done it. So, I mean, that's the best place to be in this TCG. Bars. We beat Bonney. We beat Bonney with purple. We beat Bonney with purple Luffy. OP14. All right, gang. Right after the Bonney, I found another ace. Okay, now this ace, I can tell you, I don't remember them countering 5 into 6. You know what I'm saying? So I don't remember them countering 5 into 6 at least. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead. We took second from them. Searching, got the Sangoro. Next turn, I'm dropping Sangoro. Plus, and then the turn after that's gonna be Luffy Taro. I'm skill checking them right here. They do pass the skill check. They pass the vibe check, right? We're gonna do, well, we only got 1 Sangoro. That was a mistake. That was a big beefy mistake. Yeah, that was a big beefy boy mistake. We should have played Bankure. Okay. Now how much do we got here? Okay. Hey, we could do something with that. Man, do I wish that was a Sangoro though. So we're gonna swing 2 6s, settle out of court for 2 6s. And you know, we're gonna put some pressure on here. How about that? How about that? We're gonna get rid of it. We got rid of it. Oh, okay. I think they really like having 1 billion, approximately 1 billion cards in their hand. Maybe that's what's going on. But at the same time, we know we've got 1.5 billion. And that means we could be getting pudding. There we go. Right on time. That train's never late. Now here, they cannot swing again. So I'm like, hey, yo. I want to hold on to these bond clays because the bond clays will get me. I can double up on bond clays. And then now if they want to play a big, I'm in that bunt. Oh, I'm deep in that butt. You know what I mean? I'm in that big butt. Captain Buttbeard. Oh my gosh. Doing it to me subliminally. Now, yeah. So Bond Clay is a great card in this game, or in this matchup, especially if you're like playing Goldie Roger against Ace. And what I just did was I put 2 Bond Clays out there. So now if you play your blocker beard and you want to give 2 to Pudding and Ace, ooh, look out. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to swing 12 fast in a hurry at your face. Okay, I'm going to swing 12 twice at your face. I can't even say that properly. You would give that up, okay? They've got no other viable swings. And I'm kind of like, let's go for it. Let's go for it. You know what I mean? Let's chip away. Let's chip away. Chip it away, chip it away, chip it away. Yeah. We don't, nah, screw that. Screw that. We don't get down with them. Okay. 8-6. Yeah, you sorry, you can't make a song about your relationship with a 15-year-old girl. No, that's no bueno, dog. We take a 2K. And we pass. No Don active. No Don active. Okay. What's happening now? They've got some big city thinking to do on their end. Because they've already played their Josu, bounce something back. I'm thinking what they would be thinking is going for gaming. Okay? If they do so, I mean, now's the time to do it. We take. Okay. We took that first one. We could have countered out of that first one. But if they walled up after that, I would be amiss, right? If we were to block out of that and they were to do something big, we would have had some swings to, you know what I'm saying? But okay. So we took that one. Now they're going to swing 9, and then after that they're going to swing 11, okay? Now 11 is going to be tough, but we would have 7. Yeah, no, we were not getting out of that one. So they're swinging 9 now. Now we draw into the Divine Departure, which would bring us to 8, 10, and 11, okay? We've got to counter out of this one. This is what we got to counter out of. Yes. Okay. Now, what are they going to do with this? Okay, we give up a Sanji. All right. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Because now they get to block when we could have played a Sanji and made it so that they couldn't block and they wouldn't have gotten 2 extra cards. I think the play was to let Sanji go. Yeah, I think the play was to let Sanji go. Now we've got to do things a lot differently. Now we've got to, yeah, see, take away 3 cards out of that hand. Pause. 1, 2, 3. That would have left them with 4 cards to defend their life, and instead, now we had to get rid of Josu's, and the game is completely shifted on its head. Now they get rid of a Bond Clays for free. I'm humoring them at this point, but they get rid of the Bond Clays for free. Man, they really just ain't got nothing. They really ain't got nothing, because if they had a Goldie Roger, they could have swung 6 into me. I mean, that would be pretty ballsy to do so. And what happened? What happened? They wind up quitting, and I'm like, why? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, they had 7 Dawn. You had to search one too many to get this Iron Whitebeard out. Is that what it is? Oh, the Otama's not going to show us what they searched. It's not. It's just a draw to trash. That's right. Stranger things have happened with Ace, and that's why Ace will be a deck that will continue to top, right? Let me give you my speech on Ace. Ace will always top a tournament because when for the same reason with UP Luffy, because when they high roll, nobody keeps up. It's just when it's perfect curb Ace. I'm talking about you got your search, you had your yams, you might have had your rush yam, then you had your Josu, and you bounce back, you had your Marcos established, you had your I am Whitebeard on curb, you did this, you did that, and then at the end, you were able to go to 10k leader with your Whitebeard, I am Whitebeard, and then the next turn you were at 0, so you play gold. Yeah, nobody's hanging with that. Nobody's taking 3 12s to the face plus a 13 unblockable. Like, nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing that. But it's happened to myself and a lot of other people. Unfortunately, skill and card draw have nothing to do with each other. And if skill and card draw ever do, you are cheating. There's no other way to put it. You are cheating. You're a cheater. If your skill translates to you being able to draw better than anybody else, you're stacking, you're doing something. You are one video away from being spoiled. But, you know, in this game, they're not going to do anything. You're still going to have a career. Cheat away. Cheat away, gang. Cheat away, gang. It's just integrity, right? Integrity. We got it. Right, gang, last one, and I'll leave you alone. I'm sorry. I promise, okay? We chose to go first. We immediately are gonna ramp, right? We take a life. We got the Zoro Joro. Now they got a Mr. 3 out there, and I'm like, what? And Mr. 3, when you turn them, when they're rested by an opponent's effect, you like draw 2 cards or some crap and return them to your. I don't know, dude. But I have a feeling I'm gonna find out because I hastily read that card. Now, they've got a Zoro Joro. We're not gonna be able to play around. We're not gonna be able to do anything too. They got a blocker as well already in the Mr. 3. We're gonna go ahead and search. I mean, give me a Sanji. Give me a Sanji. Yeah, give me the Sanji. We're just gonna swing with Zoro. We're gonna skill check, swing with Zoro, and then get Sangoro out there. Right? Sangoro's good. Sangoro's good. Now we got our Luffy out there. Luffy's gonna put in some big work in this match, right? We really need Luffy for this one. We're gonna give him a Bond Clay. I guess give him a Bond Clay. There goes our Bond Clays. All right, now Sanji's gonna go ahead and we're gonna turn that Bond Clay sideways. They're gonna make sure they get no value out of that Bond Clay. Make sure we're at the right amount of Dawn before you do that. Oh, thank God we're still at 8. Swinging 2 in there. Okay, perfect. We're going to draw a card, the card we wish we had earlier. We're going to swing 6. We're going to swing 7. Swing 7. Swing 7, please swing 7. That was what to say. Yeah, get the block off the board. Now, look, this is great right here, gang, because, yes, they did draw a Gum Gum Giant. This is why when they work perfectly, they work perfectly. But they're not working perfectly right now. They got rid of Sangoro over our Sanji 7k because they don't want us drawing anymore. We're going to skill check again. We're going to swing 6, 7. 6, 7. Oh, and then 10. Yowza. Okay. They're right back at it like a crack addict. They got the Red Rock. Okay. I would give them that. Yeah. Okay. I would probably. Yeah. Gum Gum Giant. Yeah. Okay. I agree with everything so far. They get rid of our biggest big. They put out another blocker. We're going to get Luffy Taro out there. We got another Gum Gum Giant out there. And it's time to harass once again, okay? This time we're not skill checking. We're giving them everything. You're giving me 2Ks for even swings. When you get them down to 1 card, even if they draw another Gum Gum Giant, you are doing work. Yeah. We're going to do everything we can to keep that alive. And I'm glad we did because look at that. Okay. Now, I mean, this is where we're about to learn the hard way. Yowza. Yowza. Trash and what was that? We turned it sideways. This effect can be activated when this character is rested by your opponent's effect. You may trash this character and draw 2 cards. If only we read cards. If only we read cards. We had this right here burning a hole in our hand. But say la vie, dog. So now we're swinging into it with not feeling half as good anymore. Yeah, swing 6. Maybe 8. Yeah, swing 8 and then maybe another 8. Let's see what they got. They got to have it. Take it. Yeah, there we go. And now you got to have it. And we're still keeping 1 up. They overcounted. We can go to 9, 11, 12. They swing 12. Yowza. Now we need to see counter in this. We got to see some counter. What am I doing? What if I didn't see that? Was I going to have that? That was too much. I'm thinking, do I want to even give him 1K? I think, yowza. Yowza. That was way too close still. Still way too close. I think, I could be wrong, but I think it was right to do maybe 2 swings. Because if I do 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, okay, they have to give me a Gum Gum Giant plus another card, right? And then I could swing 4. That would have swung 11. Yeah, so that was Gum Gum Giant. They got rid of that. Okay, so they had Gum Gum Giant. They had a 4, a 3, and a 1. So if I would have swung 10, they would have had to give me the 4 and the 1. And then they would have made it. And then if I would have swung 11, they would have given me 3 and not been able to make it still. Yeah, versus what they did. So I don't know. Maybe it was the same thing. You know, maybe it didn't make difference in that. But sometimes it's really good to just, I was going to say peg them. Oh, crap. Let's get out of here. Well, there you have it, gang. No promo, no problemo, dog. I am absurdly surprised with this deck's performance against everything in OP14 and the current OP13 meta matches that I was able to run into. And you guys gotta remember that we're running into OP14 as well. I mean, everybody's got the whatever new cards that they can have, right? I mean, Emu have the Ground Death, and I forget what Ace gets, honestly, but Bonney had the Perona, you know what I mean? But everybody's got some new stuff. Everybody's got new toys, and we're playing with the old stuff. I mean, OP5 leader with OP2 cards. We are playing with some old toys making new noise. Oh, that's an OP13 right there. Divine Departure, it didn't come up once. But hey, look, man, when this goes up against Ace and they do wind up blocking with a 12K and you're swinging 6 into 4, and now they got to give you 2 cards to keep Homeboy alive or else, hey, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. That's not bad one bit. But there's obviously some room for, I don't know if room for improvement's the right way to put it, but there's room. There's definitely room. So Swaley would have been a great card into that Emu match again as well, because Swaley would, turn a cost 5 or less sideways, which would help against the Elders. Let's look at these Elders real quick. Oh my gosh, there we go. They wouldn't work on him, so that wouldn't have worked there, but it would prevent them drawing a card from Warcurry. Do with that what you will. But yeah. I think that the next move to do would probably be just throw some more Rogers in here and see what we can get out of it. Right? Throw some Rogers in here, become a 7K body with the Gum Gum Giants available, and just see how that suits us. Because or maybe it is just back to cat. Back to cat, 3 cats. Because with Roger, I feel like if you run Roger, you want to run 4 Roger. You want to run 4 Roger or you're trolling, right? If you run a Roger, you got to run 4 Roger. With Cat, you can run 3 Cat. It's not a big deal. And you know what I mean? Those would have been plays that we could have threw him out there. We would have had we would have become an 8K body for 1 block, you know what I mean? And perpetual 8K swings. Stuff like that is really cool. Not searchable, of course, but you know, I don't think that we searched this card out one time. What makes me excited about this is that we have a 3-card flex spot, right? So what that's telling me is that if I want to, oh, I thought I wasn't recording. What that tells me is that if I want to make sure I see Luffy Taro every game on curb, which I kind of do, I can do this. Where's my guy at? Boom. Okay, now we got 4 of those, right? And if I really like this blocker and I wanted to just wall up there, I could get rid of them and Onami the rest, right? I don't know. I don't know how I'm feeling about that, though. You know what I mean? I gotta go back and watch, even though I already watched. I don't know. I feel like I feel like the work is done. I feel like we're winning the majority of our games off of Luffy Taro and Desangoro, drawing every card Bandai TCG, Bandai Namco has ever printed, right? And making it happen. I feel like that's why we're winning the games. Not as much off of this, though this really did help in certain matchups. So you've got to ask yourself, is it justified? Are you justified in keeping 3 whole cards for here and there matchups? You know what I'm saying? 3 whole cards for here and there matchups. That's just got to be, and we're still working with the same amount of bricks, right? I just switched up the ratio a little bit, but yeah, I'm really wondering that. That's what I'm wondering. And this leader, God bless, it just endorphins, dopamine hit every time I look at it. It's glowing. It's beautiful. Great job, Chris. Great job from K Design. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. And if we're gonna get any kind of if we want to throw some Rodgers in there, we want to do 4, we'd have to get rid of that. We could get rid of 1 Magellan. You know, we could get rid of one of these. We get rid of one of these. I would like to take away from other bricks, though. You know what I mean? Magellan won some matches for us and not all matches for us, right? So it's not like we are completely dependent on Magellan either. So just things to think about. What if we did something like this? You know, because this card was hardly played as well, but it's great to have a 1K. So now we're losing 1K counter. All right. But you know, if you're going to go to 8, or excuse me, if you're going to go to 7, you don't really miss that 1K if you're going to go to 7. So that would give us 4, 8, 12, 15 instead of 14 bricks. But yeah, maybe this might be the next one I test. Oh, I'm gonna just put KOP. How about that? Anyways, gang. But I hope this video finds you well. I don't know if I'm uploading it on Friday, the day I'm recording it, or Saturday morning cartoons for you guys. But it has been a blast hanging with you again. A lot of fun making this. I gotta go get some. Swole. And I will see you guys in the next one. Love you guys. Love yourself, respect others. Live in your purpose, on purpose. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Stuck up in it. Stuck in it. I'm stuck in the game, fucking it up with the gang. For the love of the money and fame, I can tell I never could change. I said I'm stuck in the game, fucking it up with the gang. For the love of the money and fame, I can tell I never could change.